Oh, that makes more sense now.
Garlean flag bears a chain, the bonds between our countrymen. A red link at its center, the blood of the fallen. Our loved ones who lived and died for Garlemald. But if she too fell, who would be left to remember them and their sacrifice? What enduring proof would there be that they were ever here? If we had turned to your gods, would they have saved us?
I mean, honestly, in my view, you can't just rely on faith.
Forget I spoke.
It's one of those interesting things. You believe, but you don't rely on a god to do everything for you. You still have to have your own free will, hence the reason you were given free will in the first place. You just sit by and hope, and sometimes it's just one of those things.
It's no use.
Believe me, I do not enjoy being here any more than you. But she wanted us to play along, so that is what we will do.
Just don't freeze to death, you two, please.
So cold.
Painfully so. Unbearably.
I've been thinking about what Quintus said. About why no one would accept Garlean rule. Irreconcilable differences. When coexistence isn't an option, only conquest remains. Varus at Gimlet said much the same. Only by uniting the world beneath a single standard would we rid ourselves of the Ascians.
No. One that
United
would not work.
as one people. One race cleansed of imperfections. A cold and unforgiving vision. And when we fail to live up to their standards, what place is there for us in their world? But the truly sad, truly frustrating thing is how damnably similar it all is to the lofty ideals of Father and the Forum.
I told you, Garlean and Charlean are very...
Always non-intervention. Protect our knowledge and our people, and to hells with the rest of you.
It's the way of the elites.
And yet, I can see how it happened. Varus and Father looked to their elders for guidance and took their virtues as their own. But for this world was of their making. In who else could they place their trust? All of us lost in a sea of chaos, searching desperately for purpose and meaning. But it shouldn't just be an extension of another's. It has to be ours. It has to be. We all have a stake in this world. No one should be silenced.
I won't deny that we lack the experience of people such as Father or Quintus. Perhaps they've come to see the world as a series of problems, and the most efficient way of solving them, to reduce everything to fundamental forms. A stone is a stone, a cloud, a flower, no more than that. Simple descriptions that strip the subject of distinguishing characteristics. A man is a man, divided according to race, creed, or allegiance, and to some, defined by such associations.
Sounds like a certain group I know.
Is that what you think?
Always groups.
In my
You're
misbegotten youth,
in this group, or an ally of this group, or an enemy of this group.
aggressive ignorance. I've since learned to look beyond the banners and the politics. To see people as individuals with their own hopes and dreams.
And that is why I said you've grown the most.
Well, every day I'm reminded that it is far more complex than I had ever imagined.
You can't just keep looking at
But it only
individuals as a group they belong
serves me to
to.
find the wisdom and the strength to
You are
see
more
through to
than
the
groups
very
you
end.
belong to. You're an individual first. You're not the group. Judging on individual basis is the most important thing.
All of our supplies and an immediate withdrawal. These are your conditions?
Demands. And you forgot about the airship. Once again, you will leave one behind. It will be used to return the prisoners. Their collars will be removed prior to the exchange.
Or will they?
So in the end, not even Father's expertly worded rhetoric could deter you from your chosen course.
Huh?
Not that I thought for a moment that it would. I've no love for violence, of course, but ours is a cause worth fighting for. I just wish he'd realize it too. Sometimes the only way to protect the ones you love is to take a stand, to refuse to suffer in silence.
Exactly. So once tyranny goes too far, you have to
Whether it be on the battlefield or
actually
in the
stand
debating
up,
chamber,
fight,
I won't
speak.
back down. I guess what I'm saying is,
I don't like people who control everything.
You've found your own reason to fight.
yes. Yes, I have. God's willing, there will come a day when we can finally lay down our arms, and there will be peace. But not until the Telophoroi have been defeated once and for all. And you, brother, will have a vital part to play. By your words and deeds, you'll lead the way.
I pray I am up to the task.
There'll always be naysayers. Those who think us fools for even trying. It's easy for learned elites to criticize earnest efforts and assert their moral superiority.
This is why I love the twins so much. They've grown up so much. Man, they're not the kids we saw on the boat the first time. They've grown so well.
And strong. Stronger than you even know.
I'm in tears right now.
Don't ever change, you hear me? If you stumble, I'll be there to catch you.
Love they finally grew to be individuals and to adapt. Oh. This makes me so happy.
Thank you, Alice.
It's also sad because they're freezing to death.